Good morning. Well, at least this morning here. I've got my coffee, well, mostly creamer with a side of coffee, in my mug from all my favorite books of 2023. I ordered this off Etsy, and if I can find the link to the woman who did this, she did all the covers for me, and it just turned out so cool. So I didn't do a video about it, but I want to share because also these books were fantastic. The Cherry Robbers, I still want to reread that. And The Return, oh, just loved it. Anyway, I did a thing. Bought some new supplies, markers, and this is the Kokuyo brand, and these are supposed to be like marker crayons. I don't know, but we're gonna try them. These were advertised that they work on both light and dark paper, as well as these were advertised that way. And the Sharpie creative markers, which apparently are their version of paint markers like Posca's. I'm very excited. So I kind of bought a bunch of these products to try out on both black paper and white paper. I've wanted to use my black paper notebook. It's a bullet journal from Scribbles That Matter, which is a great company that I enjoy my stuff from. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna swatch in this video and play with markers. So I hope that you enjoy. Grab your coffee and come along with me. Okay, so I first want to show this black bullet journal. It's a B5 Starry Night dot grid journal. Their original one comes with a pen that they've branded, but this one actually comes with a jelly roll. So that's awesome. I had not even opened this yet, so I took the paper off and everything, so you get to see it just as I get to see it. And it looks like they've got this set up where you have to pull this guy off. I am not a person that keeps these. I know some people do. I don't. I toss them. I toss them because I am trying too many other things that I don't really need these. Anyway, I wanted to look inside this black notebook. I love that Scribbles That Matter come with these little, I don't know, what do you call them, rulers? They're B5 divider guide. They really help. I use those a lot. So I have the regular A5 notebook from them. A little cute. Surprise! We have something for you. I don't know what that would be, but we'll find out someday. Not today. Okay, so they've got blank black paper. They've got the index. Is there 2 pages of index? 2 pages of index, which I probably won't use. And then the dot grid. And then in their original, they had, yes, they do, awesome. Their last 2 pages are pen test pages. So that's where I'm going to test my pens on the black paper today. And then I'm gonna test them in a regular sketchbook too, because I wanna see how this stuff works. I have this sketchbook from Talons. That's a tiny one. And I also have my white paper Archer and Olive sketchbook here. So we're gonna try all of these. I'm very excited. I've never really done a big, let's test these things before like this. So bear with me as I am figuring this out, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I am gonna start with these Kokuyo pasta marker crayons. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I saw an ad for them and I thought I'd try them because why not? So they were fluorescents. It looks like you can put the sticker on them, so I will probably do that eventually. But there are 5 of them in this one. I believe these were $20. They were expensive, I do know that. And they open like this, and you twist them up, kind of like deodorant, it looks like. That, I shouldn't say that, but that's what I think. Okay, so let's try it. They say it writes like crayon, but it's like a marker. I don't know, that's interesting. Okay, so it is just like a crayon. It feels a lot like It feels a lot like these watercolor pens I've bought for my kids. It has an interesting texture, but it doesn't really smudge. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do the next one. Oh, okay. Interesting that they come with the stickers when their lids have the color. So you can have it on the side if you want, but I don't know, the lids have the color and I'm more apt to look at the lids. And this one's the yellow. Oh, that's very fluorescent. Okay. And I don't know if this would make a good highlighter. I should try. I have a fountain pen right here. I'm gonna just write test. This is my normal TWSBI. It's got document black ink from Mentis. This one, it's this. Document ink. So that's what's in that. Just so you know, that's what I use for pretty much everything. Okay, it highlights really cool. All right, let's check the next one. I have been wanting to get some more bright colors, which is why I picked this like fluorescent set, because I have been wanting really bold, bright colors. I've been doing a lot of stuff in less bold. Oh, I love that. Less bold colors and more natural colors. And I want to get back to my roots of bright colors sometimes. Not all the time, because I really do enjoy what I've been making lately in the more subdued colors, but it would be fun to do a pop. This blue is very, very blue. It's not as fluorescent as I would expect it to be. I would expect it to be more like that, but it is darker and less bright, which actually surprises me. And then an orange. If this isn't fluorescent orange, I'm gonna giggle, but it looks pretty yeah. Look at that orange. Now, how do they blend? Do they blend well? Oh yeah, look at that. It blends. Make your gray. Okay. These are gonna be fun to play with. The next thing I have are these Crayola Bold and Bright markers, and I have been wanting something like this for a while. My son made me work with Crayola markers a couple months back, and I loved these gel ones. Well, they don't make the gel ones anymore because they've switched to these. So I don't know how they're gonna work on the regular white paper, but they have such a cool texture on the Talons paper. So I can't wait to try them out. I'm gonna try them out here first, and we'll see how their texture works. I just loved the way that they looked. These are nice and juicy. So we've got orange, and this one's called lime. And these are supposed to work on black paper too, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they work on that. And this one is purple. Crayola coming out with simple color names. What? Blue. No, Purple Mountain Majesty. Okay, what one was it that I loved? Watermelon or Strawberry Fields or something like that growing up. This one is just green. So we've got lime and green. And this one's white. So we're not gonna see it on here. It would be interesting to see, can you color over something? Not really. What about maybe color over? It kind of lightens it, but not, you can't see the white. So this can't be used like a Posca marker, which is good to know. Oh, this color. This is sky blue. That is, I like it. Rose. So I've been trying to get into buying supplies that are a little bit more price friendly, because my kids draw with me so often that I've been letting them use really expensive products, which I don't have a problem with, but they wear them out so fast. Like, my son already opened this, and look at this. Look at what he did to it already. And so this one's busted. Unless it came like that. This one's magenta. I might have to get an exchange for this, because I don't think he actually did that. There's no way he could have done that. So this came that way. So good to check them, because now I can go back to the store. I got these at Walmart. So now I can go back to the store. They were $5, and I will get a new set because that's not okay. But at least we can test them. All right, and then Sharpies, creative markers, and Papermates Inkjoy gels. These ones were advertised to me that they work on white and dark. Same thing, pops on light and dark surfaces. We'll start with these just because I haven't done a pen in a while. See, now they are drying really interesting, like almost, I don't know how to explain it. They have a texture and I loved the way they looked in my talons. So I'm excited to try them next to a regular marker. Okay, so there are six colors with a white, but you're not gonna see the white on this, but I'm curious to see if the white will actually go over something. And it does, but I don't think any better than any of the other white gel pens I have, and it picks up the color. So that's good to know. Okay, they have that little thing that gel pens do. I don't know, is it like glue to keep the gel pen nice? But Inkjoy are some of my favorite pens. Oh, that's a nice color. That will be fun to even color. It looks like paint, or jelly roll pen, which is what I have over there. But I love click pens. I love throwing click pens in my bag. Maybe. Merber. Oh, look at that. This one's red. I think they come in more colors. I just got the smaller batch, but they're really, really, really juicy and really just flow really nice, which is something that I've noticed about Inkjoy. Papermate. Papermate knows how to do their pens. Yellow is very bright yellow. I think yellow would work really well on black paper, so I'm excited to try that. We're gonna try the black paper last, so. And then a blue, put that right next to the green. Oh, the blue is less flowy. Oh, there we go. Ooh, and green. So that's more of a teal and this is more of a lime. So you get two greens, which is kind of fun. Although the lime is really bright on the pen and it's a lot darker. So it's more of a grass green to me. I am going to love using this color as like details over some tombos or even just over this. Like, yeah, look at that. That's fun. Okay, so that is the Papermates. I do like those. I'm excited to see how they look on the talons and the black paper, but I love these. I was really excited about these and they did not disappoint. So these so far, I think, are my favorite of the new supplies that I got, but we'll find out. I wanted to try these the moment that I saw them, the acrylic based or the water-based acrylic markers from Sharpie. I have tried so many different ones, but I have not tried Sharpie. And so I was excited that Sharpie came out with them. My son this morning, my youngest son, really likes paint markers. And he goes, Mommy, Sharpie makes paint markers? Because we've been using some paint markers in the house. Oh my gosh, you don't even have to start them. Like, look at that. They are very, very, very pigmented. And you don't even have to like shake them to start them. Already I am really happy about that. This one is gray. Oh yeah, okay. Yes please. Posca, you're gonna have some competition. The white you can even kind of see. What is it? Oh, look at that. Okay, but you can still see through it, so it's not fully opaque, which makes sense since this is water-based. Pink. Oh, that's a nice pink. That's the same color as my new Stanley. Oh, yeah, this is great. Oh, look at that purple. Ooh. Okay, Sharpie, now you need to come out with like 500 more colors because, yeah, I'm sold. They flow so nice. I've gotten some, what was the brand? I can't remember the brand, but I've gotten some other ones that you don't have to shake or anything. You just go, and they were not near this bold and juicy. Okay, I could do just a whole video on these, and I may have to. Look at that. Look at that mint. Oh, it matches this. Yeah, they're the same color. So I have now kind of like, ooh, two differents. Green. Oh, I love that green. Oh, look at that. Ha! Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I'm very excited. This is me getting very excited. I just did a little dance in my chair that you can't see, but I get very excited about new things and new supplies and fun. I haven't bought new supplies in a long time. I've been trying to just keep what I have rather than buying new. But I wanted, like I said, I wanted to try some of these new supplies that have kind of come out recently, and then get some stuff like the markers. I don't think these are recent, but I've wanted these for a while, so I decided to splurge $5 and get them. So there we go. Look at that. Oh, they work so good. But those are my new supplies in my Archer and Olive journal, or like sketchbook journal. Here we go. I just love Royal Talons sketchbooks. I just have a love. Don't get me wrong, I've loved and enjoyed my Archer and Olive one. It has been really nice to have a sketchbook that's really big, but there is something to be said, and I think you just get used to it. I love this paper. I love the texture of the paper. I love the thickness of the paper. I don't know what it is. I love that cream base color, because I also have had Moleskines, and I don't love them near as much as I love my Talons. So these are the same as the black, like they had black here and were called gel. These do the same thing. They dry so interesting, and they're kind of like painty, but like still transparent. But they're not watercolor. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I just love the way it looked against fountain pen with regular markers, and I have that in another sketchbook. And if I can find that, I will show you in a video, or I'll show you at the end of the video, so you can kind of see how I used those markers in the past. Okay, so here is the Kokuyo pastas. I don't know why they call these pastas. It's so weird, but they are showing up real bright. They do blend. They're fun. I don't know what I'm going to use these for. I just thought, try them out. My son will probably use them instead of me. More than me. I mean, not instead of, more than me. But I'm just always up to try something new. I think highlighting will be fun, or, I mean, you can blend them like quite a bit. So I don't know. I want to see what other people have done with them, but I think they could be fun to add some texture, especially like the bright colored texture. So they're not near as bright on this paper, which I expected, but that's okay. That's like what I like. I like how this color is just going to be a different backdrop. Here are my gel pens. Talking less right now because I've already kind of had my reaction, just so you know, if you're okay with that. I will definitely be talking later as I go to the black, because it's going to be different. Oh, wow. So these show up nice. I don't know. There's not much of a difference. I think the only difference you're going to see is you're going to see the white more. They show up and they work about the same. So the thing about this paper is it's still pretty flat, pretty not textured. It's got a slight bit more texture than the Archer and Olive, but they're very similar papers. And I think that's why I like the Archer and Olive. And then like my Talons, I just love that cream base because the colors just do different things. And no, you can't really see the white completely, but it's there. Okay, that's those. Now my Sharpies. I think these are my new favorite product. Like of the things that I got, I think the Sharpies are definitely going to be one that I use or my sons use. Oh, I don't know. I always say me and then my sons steal my supplies and I let them because I really have an important feeling. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. Just ramble. That's kind of me. I ramble because sometimes my brain just doesn't think as fast as other brains. Or it thinks too fast. And then I can't, you know, communicate what I'm saying. So my white one got some of that blue marker. And so now it's just blue. But what I'm saying, okay, so here's what I'm trying to say. My brain, again, has fogged. So I was talking about how my sons will steal my supplies, and I'm okay with that because my goal in life has always been to foster a love for art in my kids as much as my parents fostered it for me. And my dad was really encouraging of my art, of all things, and he would go out and get me like computer graphics and things like art supplies weren't necessarily one of the things that he went out and got for me because I don't know, but he would go out and get me like the best computers and a Wacom tablet and stuff. I don't know why, but so I did a lot of experimenting on the computer and didn't really get into traditional art until the last couple years. So I think that's something that's really important to me. Get messy. I hated being messy. Now my hands always have some sort of ink on them. And that's just important to me for my kids. So if I have to go out and buy a new $3 pen because they destroyed it, I am gonna do that because I think it's important and I wanna raise my kids to not feel guilty about using product and supplies. So that's how I feel about that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't let my kids use the good supplies, but I am, and I can. So that is on the Talons. There isn't really much of a difference if you look at the two colors. It's just the color of the paper, but the product works the same, and you can kind of see the white, not completely, but it's there, where you can't see the white obviously at all on white paper. But yeah, now the part I'm really excited about. The black paper. Okay, so I have no idea if these work at all. Nope, and they didn't say they did. So I'm just not going to do any more of those and waste paper, but they don't work. So these are only okay for white paper, and I will come back and decide later after I've kind of used them if I would recommend them. I don't know. I think if you like really fluorescent highlighters and you like crayon highlighters, these are great. But I'm not sure that they are great for art. And that's why I wanted to try. I tried the small pack to see if I liked them. I'm really glad I didn't get the big pack because I'm not sure that I enjoy them. So that's good to know. Pasta markers. So now I'm curious about these Crayola markers and how well they work. So this one is the Bold and Bright. What color is? I think this is just green. Okay. Green. It says it's supposed to work on white, but it's not looking like it is. Oh, hey. That is interesting. So see, now you can see why it dries so interesting on my regular paper is because it's got some kind of chalky something in it. So it is chalky and it's popping up. It takes a minute, so as it dries, you can see it better. So that's green. That is neat. Okay, here's lime. It's kind of like, ooh, what color are you gonna be? I'm weird. Yellow. yellow. Okay, so the green and lime as they're drying look the same on here. Okay, the yellow is also, so I think they must have some sort of chalk in them. And because they are kind of more white as they dry. So that is interesting. Very interesting. Okay, now see the purple as it's drying is more purple. But yellow is almost like a pale yellow. Lime is still really close to the green. How about white? Obviously white's gonna be white. But it's, oh, that's funny. It goes on clear, which could be hard when you're drawing to see, because I can barely see, so some of these are bigger than the lines. But white dries pretty white. I like to see all of them. This is orange. I don't know how much I would use these in black paint unless I had like a box that I knew I was going to color all the way in. But they kind of look like chalk on, but it's what marker, and they, yeah. So it's kind of like a chalk marker, which is kind of cool. I don't know why that's so cool to me, but it is. I think it's because these are art supplies that I would have loved to have had as a kid and don't have that. I didn't have them, so now I'm like, oh, I can have them now because I'm an adult. Does anybody else feel like that? Like you just feel nostalgic for being a kid, and so you gotta buy the kids' supplies? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Except then I need a coffee break, and I did not have coffee when I was a kid. So, coffee break. So the sky blue and the blue are really similar. Rose is like pink, you know, it's just like a light pink. Orange works really well in the green. Honestly, the orange, green, and purple are my favorites of these, and maybe the blue. I think those are the 4 colors that turn out the best. Yellow does make yellow, but it's more of like that pale, like it's almost matches this color of my Talons notebook. So that's interesting too. Oh, look at that. I actually really love that. And they're called Bright. And like I thought, the yellow turns so awesome on black paper. Look at how bright that yellow is. Ah, okay. That blue, oh, that blue. Oh, look at that. So the Papermate Inkjoy are really great. Let's try the Sharpies. Here's black. Okay, and now my black paper, it actually shows up as black because my black paper is not as black as a black marker, which is fun. Okay. Obviously, acrylic paint markers pop on black. There's my white, and that's obviously the white looks the best on here. I am just a big fan. 10 out of 10, recommend. I think that these go on smooth. I love that I don't have to start them. I love that they have a brush tip. I am excited to play with these and come up with really cool spreads in here because I've been wanting to use my blackout notebook forever, and so now I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I think I'm probably just going to use it as like an everyday journal kind of thing where I'm journaling my thoughts and sketching random things like little cute things in pen because I've been practicing sketching in pen for the last few months. They work really great. They don't completely dry opaque, so I wonder I wonder, I have never used a Posca. Obviously, I've never used a Posca in this. I keep saying obviously, like it's obvious to you, but it's like, oh, this is a brand new notebook. I have never used this before. So obviously, I've never used any type of supply in here because I've never used it. But I do love how, I love the colors of these Sharpies. They really picked good colors. Posca, I have one. So let's put a Posca right next to it. I'm gonna label this Posca. And then these, I'm gonna label like this. Sharpie brand. And honestly, looking at how it's drying, you can't tell a difference. So I just noticed a difference because I like brush tip better. Oh, look at that. Posca, you're in trouble because this Posca was $3. This was $20 total, like for 12 pens. So that's less than $2 a pen. This has brush tip. I'm gonna go with this. But anyway, that is my journey of new supplies. Okay, so final thing I wanted to talk about was that these markers, they look so cool. So this is something I did with my son. This pink right here is one of these markers. And then everything else on this page is a different type. So this is a regular Crayola marker. This is my Beam Paints. This is fountain pen ink. It's Alt Goldgrund by Rohrer and Klingner. And anything on this page is also just marker. My son let me use only markers, and then he let me also use my gold paint. But all I could use was one fountain pen, otherwise I had to use his Crayola markers. And so that's why I really wanted these, is because I love the way they look with my ink pen sketches, and I want to play more with them. But I only had this one color because, I don't know, his markers kind of go missing. He wanted Crayola markers. A year ago, he came up to me and he said, "Mommy, I really like your Tombow, the Tombow markers. I really like your Tombow markers, but I really want these really special markers that we have at daycare called Crayola. So can I get some?" And so that's really what has transpired with this, is I realized I was only letting them use good products. And there's something to be said about using Crayola markers in a piece. That is my new supplies. Thank you for being here for like one of my first big art hauls. It's not really big, but it's big for me. And I hope you have a great day. Go make something in your sketchbook. Bye.